It is a dog day at the campground. Hello everyone, Kyle here with Kyle Kind of Vlogs. As I just told you, it is a dog day here at the campground. I've been getting a lot of questions about the dogs, kind of people asking about them, different various questions, and I kind of wanted to make this video for a little bit. I thought it'd be fun to have a kind of video about the dogs. You know, it's no secret. If you've been watching me for us for any number of time, you realize we travel full time with 4 dogs in our converted bus, and we've been doing so since the very beginning. It's we had them when we lived in our traditional house, and they had to come with us, and that's what they did. And for 6 years now, they have been traveling and traversing this beautiful country with us, and they're pretty good at it. And I kind of just want to introduce each one of them, kind of how we came about living with these dogs, and just kind of the ins and outs of the day-to-day life of having 4 dogs in a converted bus, because it's interesting. It's a dynamic that hopefully you all understand and accept. Do things the way that works for us, and we're okay with that, and we hope you are too. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining me again. I appreciate you as always. Letting Wheezy doing her private business down here, and I will be going and grabbing the boys here in a minute. So typically I walk them in shifts. Wheezy, or Eloise, we call her Wheezy, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later in the video. I walk them in shifts because Wheezy's kind of slow, likes to take her time, doesn't get in a hurry. And I typically walk Theodore and Kevin together because they are chaotic and just want to go and pee on every tree around here, which, as you can imagine, would take a little while. And then I would typically come back and walk Chico. Chico is small and old and doesn't really care to walk for long. He kind of does his business, and he is ready to scurry back inside. So that's kind of how we do it. I actually just took over this chore for the month. We rotate chores, most of the chores monthly, and this month I have drawn walking these little furry friends right here, and I'm okay with it. And today we're gonna walk them, we're gonna hang out with them, we're gonna feed them, we're gonna give them treats, and we're gonna interview them and see what the dog life on the road is all about. So as you can imagine, walking these two can be quite the chore. They're both large dogs, they're both males, and they have tons of energy. So that's the main reason I walk Wheezy by herself usually, because it gives her a chance to sniff and enjoy her walk. When she's with these guys really just want to pee and rush on to the next spot as fast as they possibly can. All the sniffing. There's a lot of dogs here right now, so they have plenty of territory to mark and remark every single day, to let their scent be known to all the other various passerby canines, and they take full advantage of that. There we go. You let them other dogs know that's your pole. Yep, Theodore's going to let them know this is his pole. Maybe? Nope. All right, let's move along. So Wheezy usually waits for me. These two typically pull me. They're not great leash walkers. Theodore is a service dog, so if he's in his service dog uniform, he is a totally different animal. If he is out here as just a dog, he pretty much, all right, give him some privacy, is a completely different animal. He pulls, he does dumb stuff, he barks, he loves barking to other animals. Kevin follows suit. Theodore is definitely the alpha. Kevin pretty much is going to follow suit and do whatever Theodore does. For 2 dogs that dislike each other as much as these two do, they'd have a lot of similarities. Maybe that's why they hate each other so much. And of course, you can't forget our smallest furry friend of the bunch, Chico. Again, Chico doesn't need a long walk. He does not care for a long walk, and Chico is terrible leash walker. We had him back, so pretty much most of his life, or at least half of his life, he had it where he could just go outside. He could have free range to kind of just walk and pee and poop pretty much wherever he wanted to. So when it comes to leash walking, it's just not something he likes very much. So, you know, we always had fenced backyards, but he does his best, and typically after he does his business, he's ready to go right back inside the bus. So I typically don't even walk him super far. Just let him walk around for a few minutes, sniff, do his business, and he goes back inside and burrows himself back in some sort of dark, warm place. And he is completely satisfied doing so. I really got to watch it out here because, again, we're right here on the water where we saw 8 alligators yesterday. Again, I have not seen any, honestly, even close to the shore here on this side. I'm sure they're there, and that's why we stay a pretty good distance back when we're walking, especially little Chico there. Make sure he is safe from the alligators.
Kevin was longingly waiting for you to return home.
He's the greatest dog in the whole galaxy.
He was so sad that you were gone for 5 minutes.
I need to be making I need to make some clothes, like a good.
Like put a good outfit together for sales.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, puppies. Oh, puppies.
I love it.
She's like, what are we doing? Why is everybody staring at me? So what we want to do is we kind of want to share with you a little bit of backstory of each individual pup. Kevin apparently wanted to steal Wheezy's limelight here, so Wheezy is the or Eloise, so is the dog at hand here. So do you want to start with Wheezy, girl?
Well, her name is Eloise Camille. Bethune. Each of the dogs have a middle name, and Chico has a special.
A whole lot.
He has a whole lot of names, but Wheezy is Eloise Camille, and her birthday is February 2018. And we got her. Where did I get her? I really wanted a poodle. I'd already gotten Theodore, so we got Wheezy a little bit after Theodore. And
she came out of Tennessee, I believe.
Yeah. The people that we got her from, they were in Tennessee, and I wanted to have a dog for Theodore was my service dog, but I wanted to have another poodle that was a girl to show off for the salon because I loved cutting poodle's hair, doing the scissor trims, and yeah. So little Miss Wheezy was kind of going to be that
showpiece.
Yeah, I could create.
She was beautiful.
She really was.
She had a beautiful cut. And the reason we call her Wheezy, Eli was really small at the time. Like, he was probably 3, maybe. And he couldn't really say Eloise, but he would always say Wheezy. So it just kind of stuck, along with like the whole Toy Story thing. So Wheezy, she's such a sweet girl. She is the sweetest dog.
And she, I guess the person that she would go to most in the bus, or gravitates toward most, would probably be Eli. Eli and her, he really loves to cuddle her in the morning. Like, he'll come out with his blanket and she'll be laying on the couch, and then he'll come out and just cuddle with her, and yeah, it makes her feel really special.
Yeah, we should be girl. I'm enticing them with treats, and he currently knows I have part of one in my hand. Kevin Ray, okay, just eat that freaking thing. All right, it's all gone. For now, you have to wait. So this is Kevin. Kevin doesn't have a middle name, does he?
Kevin Ray.
Kevin Ray. And yeah, that's you.
You were into Star Wars back then.
Yeah, it was kind of like the renewal of Star Wars, or the new movies when Disney took it over. So Kevin is 6 years old? 7 years old. 6 or 7.
Oh, he's turning 7 in March.
Okay, so he has a birthday.
Actually, this week.
Oh,
I think it's like the 7th.
Oh.
But today's not the 7th. So, happy birthday, Kevin.
Happy. The 7th is, I believe, Friday. Friday or Saturday. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But this is Kevin. He is a Labradoodle, party colored. So his dad was a standard poodle. His dad was a blue Merle standard. I have no treat, bro. No treat. Blue Merle standard poodle, and his mom, of course, was she a Labrador? Well, she was a Labrador, though.
She was a Labradoodle.
She was a Labradoodle. So
yeah.
Standard poodle, and his mom was a Labradoodle.
What was his dad's name?
Rooster. Rooster, how incredible of a dog name is that? I don't even know if I knew that at the time, because that would have been, called him Rooster Jr. I still call him Rooster Jr. So me and Kevin, early on, we had a lot of dogs at the time. We were
fostering dogs.
Yeah.
We had 2 acres, so we had plenty of room to do it.
Kevin, I would say, was maybe probably 1. He was very young, not much more than a puppy. And we were in the pool one day, and me and him just bonded, and like he has not left my side ever since. It was like this moment in time.
You imprinted on each other.
Yeah, and he has been attached to me for the last 5 or 6 years, and that's just the way it's been. But he is my boy. Him and Ben are pretty close though. He goes to Ben a lot too. They sleep together. Like if he doesn't sleep in our bed, Kevin's very restless. He's a very anxious dog. So he'll sleep in our bed for a while, then he'll jump down and go to Ben. And him and Ben are pretty tight because Ben walked him daily for a number of months, and Kevin really got attached to Ben. And he's a sweet boy. He's a goofball. I mean, he is full on. He definitely got more of the Labrador mentality and personality, but he's my buddy for sure. He's my ride or die. He's a larger doodle. I know it's kind of maybe hard to tell on camera, so I'd say he's about 70 pounds. I mean, he's very tall. He has long legs, and he runs like the freaking wind. And he's my boy. There's no, even if I denied it, he wouldn't let me forget. He would be right there anyway.
He will sit in that chair, and he will, like, if Kyle leaves to go grocery shopping, he'll sit there and like put his head on the windowsill and longingly stare out of it until
it's
you
pretty
come
sad.
home.
It's pretty sad.
It's so sweet.
He's a poodle out there right now, actually. And this guy.
Oh,
This
the bestest working
guy.
poodle in the business.
He even turns his back to the camera. So this is Theodore. I'll let Jen talk a little more about Theodore because I guess technically he is her dog, but we spend a ton of time together. Me and Theodore are pretty tight.
Oh, this
He drives me
dog.
nuts sometimes, though. He is mischievous as any dog I've ever met in my whole life.
So Theodore, when I had my salon, there was someone who needed to rehome a standard poodle puppy. And I did not have any poodles at the time. So this was before Wheezy. This was before Kevin. We had our Schnauzer Lucy at the time, who was my girl. So
Can you turn around so people can see your face? Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. Yeah, you said she's a good boy.
So Theodore came from someone who was wanting to rehome their standard poodle puppy, and I was like, I absolutely would love him. And so I took him, I brought him home, and when he came home, he not only pooped on Kyle,
Oh, yeah.
he peed on him, and then he vomited on him
He's
as well.
He's making up for all those times. Yeah, I know.
And shortly after I got him, I met a client who owned a dog training company. And through her, I found out that I could make him my service dog. And so we trained for an entire year for getting his service dog training for my PTSD. And from 1 year old to he just turned 8 in November, he has been my service dog. He has been there for me. He's been my safety net. Like, he gave me the ability to feel like I could actually go out into the world, and because I had a safety net, like I wasn't alone. Yeah, he gave me my life back, this puppy.
He is a special dog. He is, but he's also, as great as he is, can be the most frustrating animal. Like some of the stuff that I've had to do, rescue this dog from. So we were in Tennessee. We were actually full time. This is probably 21.
Oh, man.
We would let him run. Like we were this very small campground. They had this huge field, and we just let him run. And we let him go. We let him out the door one day, and he just bolts. And we're like, well, there goes Theodore. So usually he'll come back. Usually give him 20 minutes or so, and he's going to run back. Then we were pretty okay because it was a very, pretty big place. And he didn't come back. The other dogs came back. He still didn't come back. It was starting to get dark. We started walking in the direction they were barking, or we heard barking, or the direction they came from. And the closer we got, we started hearing barking. So we get all the way to the highway, a good probably 3/4 of a mile from where we were parked. He had gotten himself hung on a barbed wire fence. His collar head was hung on a barbed wire fence. Thank God, honestly, because he's about to try to cross the highway. This dog has done some of the craziest, most mischievous stuff I think a poodle could do.
Well, I will say, so when I trained him like when he is wearing his vest, he is in work mode. He listens to any command, like he is on it. And so part of the downside to that is that when his vest is off, he is a dog. He
Oh,
gets to
yes.
be a free dog. He just roams around. Now, like when he's in the bus with me, if I need him, he can sense like my pheromones if I'm about to be in panic, and he'll come and find me and kind of get me to pay attention to him with my senses, like touching him, smelling him. He keeps me grounded in the here and now. And he also does something called DPT, which is deep pressure therapy, where he will lay on me. Like when he's in the car and he'll be in the back seat, he will lay his head across my arm and push down on it. So what that does is it keeps me present so I don't escape, like my panic doesn't take me away.
Yeah. Oh, he's an absolutely brilliant animal. I mean, just some of the stuff he can do and sense and pick up on is just, it still blows my mind sometimes. He's so intelligent. And he is my buddy. I spend a lot of time with Theodore. And I spend a lot of time with all of them. But me and him have been fighting for bed space for 8 years now. And he's definitely Jen's dog, but I definitely adore Theodore as well. And of course, we have our most tenured pup of all, little Chico. Does Chico have a middle name? Chico has an infinite amount of names. And Chico is, how old is he? Is he 11 or 12?
He will be 13 this year.
So he's 12 currently. Chico was a rescue back many, many years ago. We got him when he was 6 months old. We had a Chihuahua. I believe we had Coco, a Chihuahua, and we had Lucy, I believe, at the time.
Yeah.
That's what we had. And Chico came up on this Facebook group back in the day before Marketplace. I'm sure some of you remember Facebook groups was like the way to find things to buy and people getting rid of things. And this family was leaving the area and going back to Mexico, and they needed to rehome their Chihuahua. And he was 6 months old. And so we commit to go get him, and they call us or text us on the way and say, hey, we now want $50 for Chico, or for the dog.
Because there was so many people
Right.
that were wanting to adopt him.
So we had already told the kids at this point, and they were small, and so we're like, all right, fine, whatever. So we get there, and we find out his name is Chico, and it just kind of stuck. I could never imagine him being named
Anything else.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, we call him a whole bunch of things, but Chico obviously is ultimately his real name. But this dog is...
He's an escape artist.
Oh my God.
He, not so much anymore, but when I think the one time that scared him straight, it was New Year's Eve. And we had a huge backyard, right? And there's fireworks being shot off. Well, Chico, somehow, we were having a party. He escaped out of the house. And then we couldn't find him for 2 days. He ended up being in a family, like, down the street. And so ever since then, like, he has not been as escapee, but in his younger years, he was quite the escape artist.
Yeah, and to say that he is absolutely deathly terrified of fireworks. That's why. So now when it's that 4th of July or New Year's, we try to put him in Molly's bunk in the bus. Good thing about the bus is it is very insulated. It is very quiet in here. So we put him in there and try to crank the volume up. And he's still not a fan, but I think it is better. And he's older, so he probably doesn't hear quite as well anymore. Yeah. Chico is blind in one eye. He has cashed in a lot of his 9 lives. He has cashed in the majority of his 9 lives. Again, when he was younger, he could get into quite a good deal of mischief, and he is by far our longest tenured dog. We've had him for almost 12 years or so. And he tends to be Molly's dog. Molly kind of claimed him when she was pretty early on, yeah, because she was very small when we got him.
He wasn't even a year old yet because their birthdays are very close. Molly's in March and his is in July. Right, we estimated.
So they bonded pretty early on, and
she would push him in the baby swing like every Christmas to this day. Molly is so cute. On her Christmas list, there is always something for Chico. So she will make sure that in whatever Christmas list she has, she's got a little thing in there for Chico. And she loves him so much. He's like kind of an emotional support dog for her. He's really helped her over the years feel comfortable in her anxiety. And
And he's a very unique Chihuahua. Like he's not. Chihuahuas are typically very mean. Like they only like usually a handful of people. Our other one, Coco, she liked like 3 people in total. Chico is chill. Like he pretty much likes everyone. I have met very few people that he was not. I think he prefers women definitely over men, but even still, he's not one of those that just attack you for no reason. He's always been a pretty chill Chihuahua for the most part. Honestly, they all adapted to bus life pretty well. I mean, they really did. They've become pros at it. You know, like the biggest thing is they want to make sure they like to be on the couch when we're traveling. Like that's kind of their thing, which I get it. It's a firm, stable place because obviously they don't want to be up walking around and laying on the floor. I guess they feel the movement, the vibration a little more. So they all pile pretty much on the couch when we're heading down the road. Sometimes one will hop in the chair over there, but for the most part, they have adapted extremely well to this lifestyle. I mean, I guess they were all pretty young when we started too, you know, with the exception of Chico.
Yeah, I really think all a dog wants is just to be with its person as much as it can be. And so if the person is outside, they just want to be outside with the person. If the person is inside, they just want to be inside with the person. And, you know, I worked from home, and so we were always kind of home with the dogs before, and now we're still home with
pretty
them.
much all the time. One of the good things about campgrounds, they typically do have a dog park of some sort. Not all campground dog parks are created equal, but at least it's an area they can run, stretch their legs out a little bit. And this one's not too bad. It's kind of a little rectangular shape here at the very back of the property. They typically put them in, you know, areas that kind of like dead space, usually in campgrounds, but you know, we're grateful they have a place we can just let them off leash. They can run around and do their thing. I like to let them stretch their leg. I have not kept. This is the only furry friend I can get to join me. My furry friend. I know. He is all but permanently attached to me. Hey guys, I appreciate you joining me today, me and these furry friends, and I hope you got a little more of an insight of the dynamic that we have with the dogs, where they came from, and why we adore them and appreciate them so much. And they're special. They're special animals, and we are very grateful for each of them. And we've had a lot of fun with them over the years, you know. And I enjoy sharing them with you guys, and hopefully you enjoyed it too. But me, Kevin, Theodore sitting over there in the chair, Eloise on the ground. And I actually don't know where Chico is. Probably burrowed up somewhere as he usually is. We will see you all again on Monday. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And be well. And take care of yourselves and each other as always. And we will talk soon. Bye for now.